If you're going for a high kill game on Argonne, ideally you want to be on the German team. Now the reasons for that is quite simple. It is easier to flank. The Americans are not as spread out as the Germans are. It's a lot harder or annoying to be an American and trying to flank on this map. There's a lot of sight lines which will get you killed. Now at the beginning of the game you just want to rush straight to the back of B. You do not want to go through D at all. Do not bother capping D. Your whole point is to get to the back of B as quick as you can. And when you're there you get a few choices to make. And you always want to be careful if you do push through here. You want to be, when you're running up here, right? Watch. You want to be, you want to pre-aim here, and then here, and then here, and then you want to pre-aim here, check here, and pre-aim up here, pre-aim here. As I mentioned before, if you cannot push straight through, you want to go through the back flank here. Now, be aware that there's going to be a few people at the back here usually, so try to keep as much cover as you can, and just pre-aim where they usually are, which you can see me kind of doing now. Now, the whole point is to get through quickly to the back of Charlie. If you cannot push straight through the front, highly suggested you go through the back here. And remember not to trip the cap. So just come up through here. Usually there's a couple standing up here. And you should be able to just clear them out, pick up a few kills, and then be able to go on your flank. Now, usually 90% of the time you just run straight through to Charlie. Okay, because that's your primary objective, to flank them on Charlie. Really good, they're all bunched up, you can get a lot of kills there. But if you have a lot of blueberries coming with you, or you've taken too long on the cap, which is another reason you don't want to trip the cap for too long, the enemy team, they're going to start spawning out there on the train track. And they're going to ruin your flank, okay, as you run up through here, kill the guy on the field gun and go ahead. Another thing to be careful of is that little sniper mound. You do get a dickhead or two which will like to ruin your flank there. So what do you do if you've taken too long on the cap, or you've killed too many people and you know they're going to come back? Maybe you're playing against a little clan, like a little gay cunt, you know, a group of gay cunts, and they want to fuck you up. You just go through the boiler room. If I know there's like a clan on the other team and I'm doing early round strat, usually they'll try to fuck me up anyway at the beginning. But if I do kill them, I'll just go straight through the boiler room to get them, to get to here. It's not worth your time mucking around in here. You don't want to cap B2, you just want to run straight through to the boiler room or your flank. And that's pretty much the early round strat for Argonne. Okay, I won't go into it too much, but if you're on the American team, there are a few things you can do. You can get up on that rock bridge there and drop dynamite on them, called the dynamite strat. In fact, that's just a call out when I play. That's just called dynamite strat, that whole little area there. And as you can see, there's a lot of sightlines here, so you can't really rush straight through here. You can, but it is risky because you'll get caught out, especially if you've got an SMG. Everything's just too far for you to deal with. Now the other option is to just run straight along here. And you can do that. Just remember to pre-aim up at the top here. Just remember where to pre-aim where they are as you're coming along. And in a moment I'll show you another little nifty trick. Just called the out of bounds strat, where you can jump out of bounds, and if they're up there causing you problems and you can't move, you can just jump out of bounds, and try to get a flank on them. Like that. It's a pretty good trick. It works for either team. I'm just going to show you a few peaks here. Now you all know people like to get under here, okay? That's another spawn by the way here. People like to get in here, it's a choke point. So one thing you can do, and I don't see many people doing this, is you climb up here, and you have a really good peek. Okay. See if I can set this up here. Now if you're over here, you can't really see that. Now a good player, he might check that, you know, especially if he knows if another good player's going to be there. But there's a really good peek. Okay. You can see this really well. This works in general too, these bunk beds for jumping up. You can jump up on them. I'll jump up, really this one here, to check. I think that's really good is jumping up on here. And you can usually catch people off guard.